If you're looking for the best gaming controllers, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it out based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we have included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the 10th position of our list, we have Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. The Nintendo Switch Pro has been made specifically for the diminutive console, but has been given its own Steam profile and can be connected to your gaming PC, whether a wireless Bluetooth connection or if you want to get configured in Steam via a USB-C cable. And it's a quality pad too, feeling solid and reassuringly robust in the hand. The thumbsticks feel good and the buttons satisfying. It's also got a whopping 40-hour battery life via Bluetooth too. Unfortunately, it does suffer for being designed for the Switch because it lacks proper analog triggers, something that's important in a growing number of games, and that's absolutely vital in any racing game that isn't Mario Kart. Moving on to the next at number 9 with Microsoft Xbox Wireless Controller. The best controller for PC is the Microsoft Xbox Wireless. The Xbox Wireless Controller is Microsoft's latest attempt to perfect the default gamepad that ships with the Xbox Series X and Series S. While it might not look all that different from its predecessors, aside from dropping the console-specific branding from its name, there's been plenty of changes, 4 iterations on from the original Xbox One edition, that made this the go-to gamepad on gaming PCs. Plus, it looks great sitting next to you on the best gaming desk. The textured grip on the rear has been extended to cover the triggers for extra grip and precision. And there's now a hybrid domed D-pad, which we have previously only seen on the high-end Xbox Elite controller. Additionally, the controller shape has been tweaked so this controller fits a wide range of hand shapes and sizes. Although these slight adjustments mean some previous attachments might no longer be compatible. As it's Microsoft, there's native compatibility with Windows 10, so there's no fiddling around with drivers. All you need is a Bluetooth or USB-C connection to plug and play. The number 8 position is held by 8-bit DuO SN30 Pro. If your Steam library consists of pixelated platformers and old-school action games, 8-bit DuO's SN30 Pro provides a wonderfully authentic way to enjoy them. This gamepad faithfully replicates nearly every detail of the original Super Nintendo controllers while adding extras such as dual analog sticks, rumble functionality, and rear triggers to make it play nice with more modern titles. Thanks to its tight D-pad and clicky buttons, the SN30 Pro is an excellent companion for titles such as Sonic Mania, Cuphead, the Mega Man Legacy Collection, and the trove of indie fighting games available for PC. Just keep in mind that while the thumbsticks feel great, the controller's ergonomics aren't exactly ideal for playing, say, an intense online shooter at a competitive level. Still, the SN30 Pro and its Super Famicom-inspired counterpart, the SF30 Pro, is an excellent and versatile retro pad for a great price. It'll also work with your Switch, Android device, and even that Raspberry Pi you have rigged up to imitate the SNES Classic. Next at number 7, we have Astro C40 TR. The Astro C40 TR is one of the most premium, feature-rich PC controllers available and a solid alternative to Microsoft's popular Elite wireless controller. Like other high-end gamepads, the C40 TR sports fully remappable buttons and trigger stick sensitivities, as well as hair triggers for faster fire and swappable components. While Astro is better known for its headsets, the C40 TR demonstrates that the company can make other peripherals just as well. But the C40 doesn't stop there. You can also fully rearrange the pad stick and D-pad layout, allowing you to opt for Xbox-style offset sticks or PS4-style parallel sticks. The C40 is a bit hefty and one of the more expensive high-end options out there, but it's an excellent choice for those willing to pay up for a ton of customization tools. The number 6 position is held by Logitech F310. Logitech has long offered PC users a wide range of quality accessories, both economical and high-end, and the F310 matches that pedigree well. The button layout is similar to that of a PlayStation controller, with symmetrical, bottom-aligned control sticks. The F310's D-pad, which is sometimes an afterthought on other controllers, features a responsive design that lends itself well to platforms such as Shovel Knight and the simple menu surfing and button combos in Final Fantasy XIV. By including support for as many games as possible, Logitech aims to make the F310 the only PC gamepad you'll ever need. The controller installs and operates instantly out of the box with most modern PC titles, but it has other pack-ins to allow for use with other games. If you're looking to game with older PC titles that existed before current input standards, such as direct input, you can toggle a physical switch to swap the device into that mode. The number 5 position is dominated by Hori Real Arcade Pro.V Kai. I grew up playing fighting games on a standard gamepad, but many serious fighting game enthusiasts say you can't beat an arcade stick. They're quick, responsive, and facilitate the kind of fast twitch performance you need to get a leg up on the competition. Even for the casual Mortal Kombat player, using an arcade stick like the Hori Pro.V Kai feels remarkably quick, simplifying the movements your hands have to make while fighting. Down to stick twitches and button taps. Feels like magic. I've never been very good at fighting games, but after winning a couple of online matches with the Hori Pro.V Kai, I am convinced that this is probably the best one out there. Moving on to the next at number 4 with 8-bit DualSense SN30 Pro Controller. No, you're not hallucinating. This is an SNES style controller with joysticks and Bluetooth and support for Switch and PC. Functionally, it's not unlike a PS4 controller, with the sticks at the bottom flanked by buttons and a directional pad, but it feels very different. The familiar flat profile of a classic SNES controller makes it a perfect choice for playing retro games, but it's fully functional with modern titles. So if you're looking for a retro gamepad for the classic Nintendo games available on the Switch, or just something to spark some nostalgia, this is it. The number 3 position is held by Sony DualSense controller. The elusive PlayStation 5 is something of a mythical beast, a cryptid, a scarcely glimpsed and rare creature most folk have only heard tell of. Thanks to supply chain issues, it's just hard to get your hands on one. But if you've managed to, you might be looking around for a good third-party controller. Right now, there just isn't one that beats Sony's DualSense controller. This little thing looks sleek and futuristic, feels great, and comes packed with features you can't find anywhere else. These new features include 3-dimensional rumble, so your controller that upgrades traditional rumbling vibration to give you haptic feedback in a variety of places on the controller based on what's going on in your game. The same goes for the custom tension trigger buttons. Games can alter how hard it is to pull the triggers, how it feels, and the feedback the controller gives you. Next at number 2, we have Scuf Prestige. What's nice about PC gamepads is that they're usually compatible with the Xbox One and Xbox Series X. The Scuf Prestige is no exception. It's a well-built controller with a matte black finish and grippy underside. It feels premium, and it also has a number of features that set it apart from competitors. The paddles on the back are my favorite. There are 4 that can be mapped to 14 different controller functions. The paddles themselves are like hair triggers that rest right underneath your fingers, so you don't need to adjust your grip at all to use them. They come in handy for games like Destiny 2 and Overwatch when you have to juggle class abilities. Finally, the number 1 position is dominated by Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. First-party controllers are often quite good. They're usually well built, feel comfortable, and do everything a controller should do. Still, it's rare for a first-party controller to feel as nearly perfect as the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. This controller might top every category if you could use it as easily with PC, Xbox, and PS4 as you can with the Switch. There are no other gamepads on the market that feel as comfortable and responsive as the Pro. It is the king of controllers. If you use your Switch in dock mode, you owe it to yourself to invest in one of these gamepads. It'll spoil you for all other controllers. That's all for today. We upload product review videos every single day. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for the upcoming video notification.